Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is David Novak. Upcoming in December, there is a booktube event called the Remember December Rereadathon. I'm not sure who is spearheading this event. I heard about it at the channel Bokins and Books from Elizabeth. But there is a slew of co-hosts also partaking. So you have Aaron Facer, Ann Novella, Ali at Criminali, Sandy at Ms. Reads a Lot, Roz at Skelly Dandying About the Book, and Shelley Swearingen. So the objective is, they offer up 3 prompts. Reread a book you have basically forgotten. That's 1. Reread a book to find out how you really feel about it. That's 2. And reread a book in a different way. That's 3. So I'm just going to announce, I'll put information about this event down in the description. I'm going to announce what I shall be reading for this book, and it really excited me to do this, so I went out and bought this book. Now, you're probably going to recognize this book when it comes out of the package. You probably have read this book, at least if you went to school in the U.S. around the time I did. Oh, and here it is, cheaper by the dozen. Now, I've read this one, well, I believe I had it read to me once in grammar school, and then I believe we read it once. I'm also thinking in grammar school. It doesn't look too hard. Now, all I remember is it details the family of, I guess, Gilbraiths, the father being an efficiency expert. That's what I remember. Now, that was a new position in the day. And his objective was to have everybody do everything they did efficiently. And it was, when I was a kid, it was a very fun read. And I even adopted some of those principles. As an adult, I have learned that actually there are many aspects of life where not only is efficiency not necessary, but it is actually harmful. So I will say that. When I was a young man, I had something of a mentor who for a while became a teacher in the public schools, and she was required to teach this, and she read it, and her response to this book was very different to the response I had as a kid. She thought that the father of the family was a domineering control freak. Those were not the words. I don't remember how she described him. Just a singularly awful human being. And so that has stayed with me, and I want to revisit this story many years later, more than 50 years later, presumably, from when I first read it. And the one thing that I do remember is somewhere at the end, they mention, somebody once asked Dad, why do you want to save all that time for? And he shrugged and he said, why, pinochle, if that's what you love best. And I remember, I think even at the time, thinking that that was pretty stupid. So I'm just curious to see how I take to Cheaper by the Dozen. Now, there was a movie made with some yokel, Steve Martin, that I don't believe is anything near to the tenor of the original book. I think there was an older movie made also. I'm just very curious to see how this plays out. So as far as the prompts, let me see if I can see how. So reread a book you have basically forgotten. I don't know. I assume they're going on outings. A review at Amazon said something about what a wealthy lifestyle they have because they have all these servants and whatnot. So I expect that will probably come through to me more this time. I don't remember that. Reread a book to find out how you really feel about it. Yes, that's what I want to do. It's just very curious to me, the things that we were forced to read in our youths. They were trying to inculcate lessons. I believe How to Be a Good Office Worker was one of them. And reread a book in a different way. Well, it's going to be with skeptical, jaded, aged, weary eyes. So that is my announcement for today. I will not begin this until December, hopefully at the beginning, if I can get through some of this other stuff I have on the docket first. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel.